Hello everyone, welcome back to Arpita Sharma classes. I am your educator Arpita Sharma and we are going to study the Hindu newspaper dated 26th of July 2022. So as you can see on the first page of this lecture, you have the important articles from the Hindu newspaper for your exam. For example, article number 1 is about Ravi Varma's kin seek Bharat Ratna for him. So here Ravi Varma's kin relative is seeking Bharat Ratna award for him. This is the first important article. So this is important from your prelims perspective. Second article that we are going to study is this one. Okay, monkeypox virus has evolved as it is spreading and it has become a public health emergency as declared by WHO. We need to understand about monkeypox virus in totality, just like we studied about coronavirus from prelims perspective. Then the third important article over here you can see is about the Kargil Vijay Divas, why it is celebrated. Operation Vijay भी हमें पढ़ना है इससे related. The fourth article that we are going to study is the SC Collegium, because right now Supreme Court Collegium has recommended 35 names for judges in 6 high courts. So what is this Supreme Court Collegium? We are going to study that. And the next important article that we'll study will be this one, the latest guidelines on the arrest and bail orders. This is relevant for your ethics paper also and essay paper also. So let's get started. So as you can see, the first important article was about Ravi Varma. So let's understand about him. He is one of the first Indian painters who has successfully adopted Western painting techniques. तो ये भारत के ऐसे पहले इंडियन पेंटर थे जिन्होंने बहुत ही सक्सेसफुली वेस्टर्न पेंटिंग टेक्निक्स को अडॉप्ट किया था. He used oil paints rather than watercolors. He learned the art of using oil paints from the Western technology from the Western countries. He is also famously known as the father of modern Indian art. He was a very famous painter of the 18th century. He died at the age of 58. And the most famous works of Ravi Varma are these one. First is the Damayanti talking to a swan painting. Second one is Nayar lady adorning her hair. Third one you can see is Shantanu and Matsyagandha. These are the famous paintings that he drew. And also in his paintings he used to portray the real condition and the treatment of Indian men and women, how they were treated at that time in the 18th century. That was depicted, or you can say showcased or presented in his paintings. He also used to paint pictures of gods and goddesses for Dalits, because they were not allowed to enter the temples. So they got to know about the gods and goddesses, about how they look through the paintings, through the eyes of Ravi Varma. His works are very best examples of the mix and match, the fusion of European techniques with Indian, culture, Indian sensibility. Alright, so he was very famous, very recognized painter. His most famous paintings were depicting the scenes from Mahabharata and Ramayana. So these are the points that you need to remember. Also in 2013, a crater on the planet of Mercury was named in his honor. इनके honor में, right, एक Mercury का जो crater था उसको नाम दिया गया था. And in 1904, Britishers also awarded him with the Kesar-e-Hind Gold Medal. So these are some of the most important achievements of Ravi Varma ji that we need to understand. Before we move further in this lecture, here's a very quick announcement for all of you. Unacademy is coming up with the Unacademy Unlock offer. Now this offer is valid only till 29 July, that is tomorrow. कल तक ही offer valid है, wherein Unacademy is providing 20% discount on all the subscriptions of Plus Combo and Iconic Combo. What is Combo? In the Combo subscriptions, you get to prepare for prelims and mains and your optional. Plus you get test series of both prelims and mains, 20 GS books covering all your syllabus with flowcharts, mind maps, timelines so that you can revise very easily before your exam, PYQs of mains with solutions, current events, current affairs, everything, plus doubt clearing sessions as well. We provide you on Unacademy the doubt clearing sessions. Whatever doubt from any subject after watching the classes that you have, you can get them solved through the expert advice of our educators. one-on-one interaction, that is live interaction आपका आइकॉनिक में होता है. ठीक है, so disciplined manner में strategy एक आपको बनाकर दी जाती है जिससे आपकी जर्नी बहुत स्मूथ हो जाएगी. And over here this offer is valid only till 29 July. Plus you can get 10% extra discount if you use my code ARPITA10 ARPITA10 ये कोड यूज करके 10% का एक्स्ट्रा डिस्काउंट भी आपको मिलेगा. So make sure that you subscribe today. The links are given below in the description box. And if you are facing any kind of financial hurdle, Unacademy is with you. Unacademy provides loan for UPSC CSE preparation as well at 0% EMI, which will be approved within 2 hours. So you can call on this number to get further details. The next important article was the evolution of monkeypox, how it is spreading and evolving every passing day. So monkeypox is a kind of zoonotic disease. It's a viral zoonotic disease which has symptoms which are similar to the smallpox, but clinically it is less severe. You can say 1 in 10 people they die because of monkeypox. So the clinical severity is very less. Fever is a little severe when it compares to the fever which comes in smallpox, and the infection was first discovered in 1958 in the colonies of monkeys. That is why the name is monkeypox. In the early stages, the infection is just like the smallpox, but it's a little different because here in monkeypox virus the lymph gland they gets enlarged. So here you need to understand that it has been declared as a public health emergency by World Health Organization. Now what are the criteria which are required to declare a disease as a public health emergency? First criteria is that it is an extraordinary event. It is spreading at such a rate which is not explainable. Second criteria is it constitutes a public health risk to other states through international spread. Now internationally also if the disease is spreading, then it becomes a public health disease and emergency. And third is potentially requires a coordinated international response. If international cooperation is required to stop the spread of that disease, then it becomes a public health emergency. And European Union has also recommended a smallpox vaccine called Imvanex to treat monkeypox. Now how it is transmitted? It is transmitted through infected animal to humans, through humans to another humans, and also via placenta in the mother's womb also, by which is known as congenital monkeypox. Via inoculation also it is spread. The third important article that we studied was about the Kargil Vijay Divas. We need to understand that every year on 26th July we celebrate the Kargil Vijay Divas. Vijay means victory. Now we know that the Kargil war happened on 26th July 1999, between May to July 1999 in Kargil, which is now a district in Union Territory of Jammu, along the line of control, which is a line which demarcates the boundary between Pakistan and India. We know that after the Indian-Pakistan war of 1971, there were small disputes, military disputes, which were being carried out, and after these military disputes escalated into a full-fledged war when both India and Pakistan conducted nuclear tests in 1998, and that resulted into tensions which resulted into the Kargil war in 1999. During this war, Pakistan troops had infiltrated towards the Indian side of LOC, and that is why Indian Army launched Operation Vijay on 3rd May 1999, and this war started. Okay, now in 1999, India and Pakistan had signed the Lahore Agreement to mutually resolve the Kashmir issue peacefully. But then we saw that after signing of this agreement, Pakistani troops started infiltrating into the mountainous regions of Kargil, and that is why we had to launch this Operation Vijay. And in this war, India won. So this day, 26 July, is dedicated to all the martyred soldiers of the Kargil war, to celebrate their victory, to celebrate their sacrifice. The next important article was related to Supreme Court Collegium. Now, when we understand about the Collegium, we know that it's a system of appointment and transfer of the judges. Okay, through the Collegium, decisions are taken which judge to appoint in High Court or Supreme Court, or which judge to transfer. So this system has evolved through 3 kinds of judges cases. Okay, it has not evolved by any act of parliament, but through the judges cases. First judges cases was conducted in 1981, wherein it was decided by Supreme Court that executive primacy over judiciary will be given in judicial appointments for next 12 years. Next 12 साल तक judiciary को primacy दी जाएगी, executive powers दी जाएगी कि वो अपना decision appointment or transfer का ले सके. Then during the second judges case in 1993, the Supreme Court introduced officially and formally this collegium system, wherein now Supreme Court's duty was not just to be a consultative institution, but also it would mean concurrence. Consultation का मतलब really concurrence होगा, that Supreme Court's decision will not be just taken as consultation but also will be taken as a final decision or a very important significant decision. Third judge's case 1998 came up wherein the collegium was expanded into a 5-member body. The head was the CGI and then there were 4 senior most judges. Same applies to High Court also. Okay. So this is how the collegium system has evolved in India. Okay, so that you have to remember for your mains examination. The next important article was about the latest guidelines on arrest and bail orders. So Supreme Court has called upon the government to consider framing a new law for the grant or bail. Okay, जब grant दी जाती है, bail दी जाती है या फिर arrest किया जाता है तो उसके लिए कुछ नए provisions, नया law लेकर आया जाए. Supreme Court ने ये government को advise दी है. So on 11th July, a division bench of Supreme Court of India in the Satinder Kumar versus CBI, it laid down fresh guidelines how arrest should be conducted, how a bail order should be given in conjunction with section 41 and 41A of the Code of Criminal Procedure. So the Supreme Court said that arrest brings humiliation and it also restricts the freedom and it also casts scars forever on the mental health of a person, right? Second, it said that Supreme Court asked for compliance reports. Whenever an arrest is made, the government or the officers have to make sure that the compliance reports are also submitted, so that the Supreme Court can make sure or the High Court can make sure that the arrest has been made in compliance with all the sections or provisions of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Okay, so that all the laws are followed word by word and arbitrary arrests are basically avoided. So compliance report is important. Third, Supreme Court said that the investigative agencies and officers are duty bound to comply with the provisions of Article 41 and 41A. So what are Article 41 and 41A? Section 41 basically says it provides for the circumstances in which arrest can be made. But the situations, it lists down the situations in which the arrest can be made by police without a warrant. बिना वारंट के आप कैसे अरेस्ट कर सकते हो, उसके भी एक स्पेसिफिक सर्कमस्टेंस होता है. And then the police or the officers have to present in writing the reasons, right, for every arrest or every non-arrest. Then section 41A provides for requirement of a notice to be sent by investigating agencies before making an arrest. If they are making an arrest, they have to send that person the notice. Okay, that person has to be informed in advance. So these are the two sections. So the arrest, what is arrest? What is the definition of arrest? Arrest basically means when one is taken and restrained from his liberty, right? जब एक इंसान को आप कस्टडी में लेकर उसकी लिबर्टी उससे रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर लेते हो, उसकी लिबर्टी का जो राइट है, फ्रीडम है, उसको रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर देते हो. And police has wide powers to arrest under the Code of Criminal Procedure of 1973. And also the code had earlier stated during the Joginder Kumar case judgment in 1994 that the court had stated that arrest and detention in police lockup of a person can cause incalculable harm to the reputation of that person, to the self-respect and self-esteem of that person. So we have to be very clear when we are arresting a person or when we are granting a bail to the person. So Supreme Court has given certain guidelines with respect to bail. Regarding bail, the court has said that government of India may consider the introduction of separate enactment, that is a bail act. So Supreme Court is advising the government to enact a bail act so that the grant of bails can be streamlined according to the provision of the various sections of the Criminal Procedure Code. And also Supreme Court stated that there need not be any insistence on a bail application while considering the application under section 88, 170, 204 and 209 of the CRPC. So Supreme Court is saying that if there is any bail that has to be considered under section these particular sections, then there is no requirement of a bail application to be filed by the person who has been arrested. Plus the court said that we need to strictly comply with the mandate which has been laid down in the Siddharth versus State of UP case in 2021. We'll create a separate lecture of this case for you to understand in a better position. It's a clear direction of the court that bail application ought to be disposed of within period of 2 weeks. That means if a person has filed a bail application, you have to act on it within 2 weeks, right? You cannot just delay it और ignore it. 2 हफ्ते के अंदर उस bail application पे आपको आपका answer देना है. Okay, and the court has said that applications for anticipatory bail are expected to be disposed of within 6 week period. Okay, point clear हो गया यहाँ तक सभी को? Plus the court has also asked the officers and government to identify under trial prisoners who are denied of the bail orders or who are lingering in the prison for so many years. We have to solve these kind of issues also in our police reform system. All right, so this was in 26 July 2022 the Hindu News analysis. In 15 minutes we have completed the entire analysis of these important articles.